Richard tells you what he believes and then stands up against some powerful interests. The MTA, the New York Yankees when they wanted to expand the public expense.
Because he's the best man for the job. Richard goes back a long way with the environment and with cleaning up the Hudson River, and those are things very dear to my heart. And he's also very concerned about budget and taxes, and he's done a lot of work protecting the people's money. So he looks at both sides of that issue.
I've known Richard for a long time, and what I can say about him is that he's always been authentic, filled with integrity, and he's fearless. He'll be the one who, without hesitation, will take on the powers that be, both in government and in business and major corporations, and he'll fight for every one of us who doesn't have a large voice in politics. He'll be our voice.
Whether it's fighting Indian Point, we're trying to make sure that the authorities in this state are regulated and deliver for the people instead of just for the businesses. I think Richard's going to be a terrific Attorney General.
I'm supporting Richard Brodsky because he's a person of integrity, intelligence, experience in the good way, for example, in bringing all those state commissions into account.
The way he's dealt with the MTA, the authorities, I think that's a major issue in New York State, that we can't control the money, the spending of the authorities, and I like what Richard has done in challenging the authorities.
He has proven himself to our people. He's always been there. He's been responsive. He's been approachable, and he's been effective. You can't ask for more than that in an elected official.
He is an action man. He holds to his principles. He doesn't back down, even if he's the one who has to carry the message.
Richard would make a good Attorney General because you have to have thick skin and a bright mind and a lively mind. And he has all of those.
The fact that Richard is questioning Indian Point, the fact that Indian Point wants to expand further its cooling tanks, which may increase the temperature of water in the river, and which of course can hurt the fish and other organisms in the river. So I like political leaders who can take sometimes unpopular stands, if I consider them the correct stand.
He has backbone. And he doesn't hesitate to bring issues before people and to help to convince people of the thinking that goes behind decision-making. I respect him, and Richard will make an excellent Attorney General.
He is relentless, and he fights for what he believes in, and he has high standards for himself and everyone around him.
Nosotros estamos soportando a Richard porque él cree en la misión de nosotros y él cree en la comunidad que nosotros protegemos. A nosotros nos gusta el carácter de él, que es una persona muy honesta y una persona que trata de ayudar a la gente pequeña y no se olvida de la gente que lo ayudó.
I'm supporting Richard because I know he'll do the job as Attorney General that needs to be done. He'll follow facts where they lead him, and he won't cave into political demands.
He's been very concerned about the Hudson River and Indian Point, and we would be much better off. We don't need the electricity. The jobs can take care of themselves, and Richard's very, very strong on providing more good union-paying jobs. So this is something that we can work out with a reasonable business plan, and Richard's the man to do it.
And he's fought public corruption. This work that he's been doing with the authorities has been groundbreaking. He just has a sense for what's right in our society, and he'll fight for it. He's effective. I've seen him work on issues and get stuff through, and I think he'll be a great Attorney General.
I think of the 5 candidates, he's the one with the most experience in areas that concern the public, the real public. Vote for Richard Brodsky. He's definitely your candidate.
Richard can juggle a million different issues, a million ideas at once. He's not limited in the way he thinks or in what he does, and he will be the best advocate New York State could have for the people. He cares about our taxes. He cares about if money's being spent inappropriately. He cares about the environment, he cares about the future, and he cares about what's going on today. He certainly can juggle.
Richard is very smart, he's very aggressive, and that's what we need in Albany.
And now we have an extraordinary man, Richard Brodsky, running for the Attorney General of New York State. Everybody who sees this should be knocking on their neighbor's door. If you live in New York State, go down on the primary day, September 14th, and vote for Richard Brodsky for Attorney General. He is an honest guy, a great guy, and you'll be proud that you went down and voted.